Today is August 1st, which is also day 1 for a new series of dumb challenges. It's not dumb and that these things are dumb or that I'm dumb for doing them. It's that I'm dumb for wanting to put myself through this much effort over a 30-day span. I have put these challenges into 3 categories, being mental, physical, and educational. They mostly don't overlap, so we'll be able to track the results more or less independently. For the mental category, I will be working on fixing my practice of meditation. For the last 2 years, I've had an on and off relationship with meditation, and whenever I've done it consistently, I've always felt better and really felt the good results, but I've kind of fallen off of having a good, consistent practice over the last couple of months. So my goal is to meditate at least 10 minutes a day, ideally 15 or 20, and see where that gets me. In terms of physical, my last challenge was having the healthiest 30 days of my life, which you can check a card for right there. I know which side to point this time. And that challenge was honestly life-changing for me, so I want to keep up the trend of having some type of physical challenge in my life to improve my health. So for this month, we're not gonna be so crazy with our physical challenge. Our challenge will simply be to run 1 mile or approximately 1.4 kilometers every day. And I'll be measuring my weight every day and my time on running that mile, and see how my progress improves. My goal is to be able to run a mile under 7 minutes by the end of the month. I think we can do that. Though I will be measuring my weight and all of that every day, the mile will not be the only exercise that I'm doing, of course. I'll be doing some strength exercise, my Breath of the Wild exercise streams, and some Peloton stationary biking, just to keep up my overall fitness. So the weight will be less of an indicator of fitness for this one than the mile time. The main thing we're looking at is my improvement in mile time for this one. And for my educational challenge, I will be aiming to practice the Norwegian language at least 30 minutes a day, every day, and seeing where my progress gets. I have a tiny foundation in Norwegian from my first semester in college. I made friends with a Norwegian international student named Bendik, and I was really interested in the country and the language for a brief period. By brief, I mean I spent about 2 or 3 hours total on Duolingo looking at the language. Norwegian is listed as one of the easiest languages for English speakers to learn, the only easier language being Afrikaans. With this language in particular, I think I can make really good progress in the span of 1 month with just 30 to maybe 45 minutes a day of study. At the end of the month, or on September 1st, we'll find some way to measure my ability of Norwegian, whether that's through some test, through a call with a Norwegian person, or something like that, but we'll get to that when we get there. Norway is also one of the top places I want to go to travel-wise. I don't know why, the nature just seems super pretty. Also, from what I've heard linguistically, Norwegian is like the midway point between a lot of the other Scandinavian languages, so if you were to pick one, if you spoke Norwegian, you could roughly understand most other Scandinavian languages. So, though on a global sense they don't seem that useful in terms of how many speakers in the world there are, I don't care about that. I just want to learn languages. And this one's been on the list for a long time. So, my gimbal! Yeah, cool. I'm not thinking of what to say right now, I'm just looking at the camera and sort of realizing, oh gosh, I'm adding a lot of these new daily practices to my life, and I'm not afraid of the effort. In fact, I'm excited to do all of these challenges. It's gonna be a lot of effort. So stay tuned for the next updates, and I'll see you guys next time. Also, I gotta say that I'm really happy with this weird lighting setup I have. So you can't see it, but the lighting that I'm using right now is just my window, a Philips Hue light, and my pineapple light in the background. So I'm really happy with how good this lighting setup is looking. And like, if you want to see what the curtain looks like, it's just, I have a crack that large in the curtain, giving me a slight angle on the light on my face. And I'm like, wow, that looks really good. So I think I've discovered my ideal lighting, at least before it gets dark outside. So while it's full brightness, as long as it's like clear skies, not cloudy, which in California, it tends to be that way. I just have my curtains open a little crack, have my tripod right here, have my lights set to set the mood, and my pineapple in the background for branding. So I'm really happy with this lighting setup. And gonna do my best on these challenges. And how can we have a video without cats?